What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode of Mama and Papa Joe. Today on the menu is brisket. We're doing a collaboration with Joe Miller, Killer Miller Barbecue, out of Arizona. An awesome young man and an awesome cook. If you were sent to our channel by Joe Miller, we appreciate you stopping in. Please take a look around. We think you're going to enjoy what you see. To our old fans, man, I really want you to check out Joe Miller. I'm going to put his link in the iCard to my top left. Also, I'll put it in the description below. Take a look at his channel. That young man is doing an awesome job. Let's get started. Here's that prime brisket. Decent marbling, weighs approximately 13.77 pounds. Flat isn't overly thick, but we should be able to get it done. I'm gonna take this to the sink, get it cleaned up, dried off, and we'll start prepping. Here we are, folks. Like every other brisket you buy, you don't know what you have until you pull it out of that packet. This one has got a nice slice right in a pretty significant area in terms of your end product. Once again, I'm not going to show you this entire trim. I want this video to be more about the cooking. We've got several other brisket trims out there. I will drop those brisket trims in the description as well as in the iCard up above. So here we are, folks, finished. That didn't take very long. I've got all my edges rounded, man, to prevent that drying, that burning. Got some point exposed. My flat is covered up down to about 1/4 inch of fat. My non-presentation side, if this was a competition, this would definitely be my presentation side. I kind of got most of this out here. I've got something called meat glue. If this was a comp brisket, I would use that meat glue to seal that up. But because my presentation side is going to be this bottom side, I'm not going to sweat that. So what we're going to do right now is just get this seasoned up. My seasonings are going to be very simple. I'm going to use as a binder my Maggi Jugo. Then I'm going to come back with just black pepper and salt. This is 16 mesh black pepper and kosher salt. 3 parts black pepper, 1 part kosher salt, my own mix. And then I'm going to cover that black pepper and salt with heat riles garlic jalapeno rub. This is going to be awesome. And again, folks, a binder is just something that allows your rubs to stick to this piece of meat. You don't need a whole lot. Come back with that black pepper and salt. I like to hit my side first. If you're a fan of bark, you want to go heavy, folks. That is why there isn't much salt in this rub. And I am seasoning my non-presentation side first. I love fat up at home, fat down at competitions. Now I come back with that heat riles. Heat riles, they got quite a bit of salt, so you want to be careful. And just remember, the higher up you can drop from, the better a spread you will get. All right, we're good to go. We're gonna put this aside until it's time to go onto the grill. This is where the goodness is gonna come into play. What I've got here is some leg bones, some beef bones, beef marrow bones, all this goodness in here. I'm gonna try to melt down, get it in a pot, season it up with some garlic, some onions, and a little heat riles, garlic jalapeno, and I will be basting this brisket with this goodness. If you've never had bone marrow before, man, you've been missing out. So just a little heat riles. And I've got it in this little foil boat just to catch any oil that may leak out. From here, I'll scoop the goodness out into a pot, season it with that onions and garlic, and start basting this brisket probably right around, give or take, the 4-hour mark. Let's head outside. Okay, the WSM, man, is right at 250. Got some great smoke going. I want to get this on before our smoke really cleans up. So on with this little lady. You want to position it exactly in the shape you want it to cook in. This is my little low area that I'm concerned about. So I'm going to come in here and just try to alleviate that. This brisket might still do some curling around here and do something strange, but for right now, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to come back with my bone marrow, make sure these get nice and smoked as well. Probably won't look at them for another 2.5 hours. Let's try to keep this pit locked in at 250, but anywhere between 250 and 275 will work. Here we are at 2.5 hours, folks. I know we're not going to be ready to spritz or do anything. I just want to take a look and possibly get this bone marrow off. Let's see what is going on. Oh, that bone marrow looks good, man. I don't know how well you're able to see how soft it is. There's quite a bit of oil built up. I'm going to get that off. We're going to take it inside. And man, even with that attempt, we still curl up, and there's our little puddle that I was concerned about. We're going to be working to get rid of that. We're still not ready for spritzing or anything along those lines. Let's get this cover back on and we'll continue rocking. So now we're going to come back with this bone marrow and try to scrape out all this goodness. It smells like a combination between a barbecue joint and a bakery. Oh, look at this. That is pure goodness right there. Now we're going to come back with some garlic, some onions, just a touch more heat riled garlic jalapeno, and we're going to put this on the stove, get some more goodness out of there. All right, folks, we are at 4 hours and 15 minutes. Still trying to work on my little low area here. Man, we've got a nice bark. I am going to now come back with my bone marrow seasoned oil, man, and I just want to give this a nice bath. We're going to do this a couple of 3 or so times. This bone marrow smells heavenly. All right, and we're going to let this continue doing its thing. Here we are going on 6 hours, folks. I think we are ready to get this into that boat. Oh, and before it goes in that boat, we'll give it one last bath. Just flavor, layers on top of layers of flavor. Put our lid on, and I'm gonna go get my foil boat ready. So here is our foil boat, folks. I just want to cover up those edges. And we're gonna put this back on the pit. And right now this is pushing 185, probably close to 190. So we're probably looking at another hour to hour and a half. All right, we are at 7 hours and about 15 minutes. And I think we are good to go, man. This thing is probing like butter, man. 204, 205. We're gonna pull. I'm gonna drain my little wet spot. Hopefully that dries out completely during the rest. All I'm gonna do with this to rest is loosely cover it with a piece of foil and stick it in a cold oven, meaning the oven is not on. And I'll probably leave it there for 2, maybe 3 hours. All right, here we are, folks. We've had nice rest, man. Our dry spot, our little low spot, not quite as set as the rest of it, but it's still pretty nice. Let's get to slicing. Man, she feels good. Feels really good. I like to check these early slices, man. That is nice. That is nice. Fat well broken down. Nice juices. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, man. Nice trim. I always look for this perfect slice of brisket right here. A little bit of that point meat. We're gonna stop right there, and then we're gonna turn. Wow. Nice, nice. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. That fat nicely rendered, man. And here we are. You know what that puppy is right there. You know what that puppy is right there. Folks, oh, deliciousness. Deliciousness. Mama. Deliciousness right there.
Man, that is simple.
That burnt in. Wow. Folks, this might be one of the tastiest briskets I've ever cooked. And that is all because of that that bone marrow, mop, stock, base, whatever you want to call it. If you've never thought about doing that, I will tell you, it is 100 times better than beef tallow. There's so much more flavor. I don't know what Killer Miller is gonna do, but I know he's gonna knock it out of the ballpark. This was a very simple brisket cook, man. We took about 5 hours, 15 minutes in the smoke. Then I did a foil boat. I probably mopped 3 or 4 times. And then we went another hour and a half to 2 hours in that foil boat. Totally delicious. Don't forget, I want you to stop by Killer Miller's page, the iCard, the description below. Check out his videos, hit that subscribe button, take care of that young man. You're gonna love the content that he has. Be on the lookout tomorrow. Killer Miller and I are also going to be showing you what we do with leftover brisket. So you're in for a treat. There's gonna be a second video to follow up, and we're gonna show you a couple of different tailgate type ideas that you can do with awesome brisket like this. In the meantime, man, thanks once again. I want to wish you guys well. Take care of yourselves, love each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holler.